Now let's talk about inheritance. So inheritance is interesting. So say for example, let's talk about a class called as automobile. Now automobile is a wide class, just for understanding sake. And inside automobiles we can have things like car, you can have trucks, you can have convertible cars, okay, you can have like sedans, you can have like cars which is coupes. So different types of cars, and they have their own set of properties. They are under the class automobile because they can move, they can stop, they can start, they can brake, okay, they have color, they have year, they have make, okay, but they have additional properties like this has four door, this has all-wheel drive, this has open roof, this has two doors. So all these properties, additional properties, can help us make a new class which is specific to cars which are of sedan category, or a new class which are specific to trucks, or new cars which are specific to convertible cars or coupe. So this is called as inheritance. It's like something is inherited. So the basic property is inherited from higher class, okay, and then using those and adding new ones, it can be an inherited class. Okay, so from an existing class you can make subclass, so that is called as inheritance. The last topic is polymorphism. Now polymorphism, the word itself means many forms, okay, but in this case, in the object oriented concept, it means one method act differently. I'm going to write that cleanly. Act differently. So for example, let's say start. Okay. Let's take a before we say start, let's take a class. A class of uh, moving object or passenger carrier. Or we can just say carrier. Okay. A carrier, or maybe better, moving object, or a passenger transport, or you can call that means of transport, anything. So you get the idea. We're just going to talk about class called as carrier. So a carrier will definitely have properties like color, make, model, size, mode of movement or transport, mode of transport or motion, so many things. So all these are attributes. Okay, and then we have things like methods. Say for example, start, stop, um, load, unload. Okay, so we had methods like start. Let's see the method as start. So now of these types of carriers, passenger vehicles, we can have, for example, horse carriage. Okay, we can have a car, we can have a two-wheeler like a scooter or a bike, we can have a train, we can have a ship, or you can have a airplane. So all these fall under the category of carrier because they can basically move objects from one place to another place, and they have certain attributes as we already discussed, maybe color, make, model, size, and mode of transport. Okay, now let's validate how the method works on each of them. Say for example, start for horse carriage will be like pulling the rope of the horse. Of the car, it will be just pressing on the gas, turning on the engine. And two-wheeler, it may be similar concept but done differently. In the train, it may be just turning on a different button. In the ship, it may be a different way to start, and plane have a different way to start. So all of these can take in a command called a start, but they act differently on each of them. They operate differently, but same end result. Okay, which is start moving. So this is called as polymorphism. So one method can perform differently on different object, but the end result is same. Okay, which is on same class. So this is called as polymorphism. Now let's encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism, let's discuss again. So encapsulation, the E of encapsulation is basically having or gives us information about attributes and methods. Okay, these are encapsulated attributes and methods. They are encapsulated inside the objects because the class is defined like that. And inheritance is something like you have one class, and then you have a class 2 which is inside that class. So class 2 is a subclass of class 1. So this is called as inheritance. And then polymorphism is method with same name actually in the class they are defined as differently, but they have the same name, works differently. So it's basically in the program, how it works differently is you will define it with same name, multiple methods. Okay, all are of same name, but their logics are different inside based on the input parameter. So they work differently. Method with same name work differently on different type of objects, type of input, I would say. Okay, so let's again discuss this. Let's make a box to understand how each are related to one another. Encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Encapsulation is for an object because object has encapsulation about attributes and methods. Attributes and method. Okay, so object has both in it, attribute and method, because they are derived from class. Inheritance is about class. We can get on class C, if you add more attributes, add more attributes or methods, you get a new class. And then there is polymorphism, which is basically about the methods. Okay, one more time. Same method, or I should say same name method works differently on different objects.